The night on the alien station was silent, almost too silent. The lights in the royal hall flickered like tired candles, and the air felt heavy. Liam, the human engineer, stood near the entrance with a toolbox in his hand. He came here only to fix broken lights and damaged circuits. But tonight, something felt wrong. Something sharp and cold, like fear moving through the walls. 2 alien guards marched inside, their boots hitting the metal floor loudly. They were dragging someone small, weak, shaking. Liam blinked, confused. The figure looked like a young alien woman, but her steps were unstable, and her hands were tied with golden restraints. Her silver hair was dirty and tangled, her breathing shallow. One guard laughed, "Here is your gift, human." The other added, "A useless princess. The royal family sent her to you as a joke." Liam's eyebrows pulled together. A joke? A princess? This weak girl shaking like a leaf? The guards pushed her forward. She fell on her knees, almost collapsing under her own weight. Liam moved quickly, catching her before she hit the floor. Her skin was cold, like she had slept on ice. Her eyes flickered open soft purple, full of fear. "Please don't hurt me," she whispered, her voice barely there. Liam felt his heart twist. He spoke gently, "I won't hurt you. I promise." But the guards behind him laughed louder, enjoying the scene. "She cannot walk straight," one said. "She cannot use her powers," said the other. "She is nothing but a broken princess." The girl flinched at every word. Liam helped her sit up slowly. "What's your name?" he asked softly. She hesitated, as if she wasn't allowed to speak. Finally she breathed out, "Alara. Princess Alara. But no one calls me princess anymore." When Liam looked at her golden restraints, he understood something important. They were not simple chains. These were royal suppression cuffs, used only for dangerous high-class royals. Why was someone wearing these if she was useless? Before he could ask more, the guard stepped closer, mocking him. "Human, treat her however you want," one said. "The Emperor sent her to embarrass you. She is a test, a joke, a lesson." Alara pressed her forehead to the floor, as if begging them not to speak. She was trembling, her shoulders shaking like she expected punishment. Liam stood up between her and the guards. "That's enough," he said. His voice was calm but firm. The guards stared at him with disbelief. "You defend her? A human protecting trash? How funny." Alara's eyes widened. No one had ever stood between her and the guards. Not even her family. Liam gently placed his hand near her shoulder, not touching, only close, showing respect. "She's not trash," he said quietly. "She's scared." Alara's breathing hitched. She looked at him like she couldn't understand kindness. The guards rolled their eyes. "Human, do whatever you like. The royal court doesn't want her. She failed her tests. She has no power, no worth, no future." They pointed at her restraints. "The Emperor said she is now your responsibility." Liam clenched his fists. Something about this felt wrong. Abandoning a princess? Sending her to a human engineer? Why? The guards left the hall with loud laughter, and the heavy doors closed behind them. Silence returned. But now it was painful. Alara slowly lifted her head. "You should not speak for me," she whispered. "It will cause trouble for you." Liam knelt in front of her, staying at eye level. "Maybe, but I couldn't watch them treat you like that." Her eyes shined with confusion and disbelief. "Why? I am unwanted." Liam shook his head. "Everyone deserves respect." Her lips trembled, as if the words were too heavy to believe. She tried to stand, but her legs gave up. Liam caught her again. "Easy," he said. "You're weak. When did you last eat?" Alara closed her eyes in shame. 3 days ago. Maybe 4. They stopped giving me food. Liam felt a spark of anger inside him. This was not a joke. This was cruelty. He looked at her carefully. Despite the dirt and shaking, she had a royal aura, a noble posture. Something hidden, something quiet but powerful. He whispered, "Princess Elara. What are they so afraid of?" Elara froze. Her purple eyes widened, filled with a new kind of fear. She leaned closer to him and whispered, voice shaking, "They didn't send me here to humiliate you." Her fingers gripped the floor. "They sent me here because something is coming. Something deadly. And I am the only one who can sense it." Liam felt the air grow colder. Elara looked up at him with terror. "And they want me to die before I warn anyone." The royal hall was almost empty now, but the heavy fear inside it remained. Liam guided Princess Elara slowly toward a small repair room behind the throne hall. She was weak, barely able to walk. Her steps shook, her breath came in small painful sounds, and her eyes kept darting toward the door, as if she expected someone to drag her away. Liam turned on a soft light. "Sit here," he said gently. Elara obeyed like someone trained to follow every order without question. She sat carefully on the edge of a bench, her hands still bound by the golden restraints. Every movement looked painful. Liam opened a food pack and placed it in front of her. "Eat," he said. Elara stared at the food like it was poison. "Are you sure? This is for me?" she whispered. "Yes," Liam answered simply. She reached out slowly, shaking, like she thought he would change his mind. When she took the first bite, her eyes softened, almost scared of enjoying it. Liam stood close, watching her, noticing the way she hid every sound of hunger. "You don't have to be afraid," he said softly. Elara froze with the spoon in her hand. I always have to be afraid." Liam didn't push her. He simply nodded and examined the restraints on her wrists. They were strong, too strong for someone useless. Royal suppression cuffs were made to contain violent, powerful heirs. Why was she wearing them? He whispered, "Elara, these cuffs. They don't look broken. They look intentional." Elara lowered her head. "They sealed my power. Or what they call my curse." Her voice shook like she was revealing a dark secret. Before Liam could ask more, the hall outside filled with footsteps. Loud, heavy, mocking. Alien nobles walked in, laughing among themselves. Liam could recognize their voices even from the next room. "We should check how the human is handling the royal gift. Maybe she started crying already. Humans hate weak things. He will throw her away soon." Elara froze, fear taking over her entire body. Her spoon dropped from her hand. Liam could see it clearly. Her fear wasn't normal. It was trained. It was deep. Someone had hurt her many times. The nobles entered the room without knocking. Two tall aliens with sharp armor and cruel smiles. They stared at Liam and Elara like watching animals. "Well, human?" one of them asked. "Has the useless princess caused trouble yet?" Elara lowered her head instantly, trying to look smaller. Liam stood between her and the nobles. "She hasn't caused any trouble." The nobles laughed loudly. "You are too soft, human. Even her family doesn't defend her." "Why do you?" Elara whispered. "Liam, please sit down. Don't speak for me. They will punish you." But Liam didn't move. He looked directly at the nobles. "She's a princess. I will treat her with respect." A long, cold silence filled the room. The nobles blinked, shocked. No one expected a human to say that. They expected him to insult her, hit her, or treat her like trash. Instead, he did something no alien had ever done for her. He stepped back, turned toward Elara. And he bowed. Elara gasped. Her hands flew to her mouth. She looked like her heart stopped. The nobles stared in disbelief. A human. Bowing to her? To her? To the useless one? Elara's eyes filled with tears, not of pain, but something strange. Something she had forgotten long ago. Liam spoke gently. I greet you, Princess Alara. Alara shook her head desperately. No, don't do that. I'm not worth. Yes, you are, Liam said firmly. The noble stepped forward angrily. You dare bow to garbage? She is nothing. She failed every royal test. Alara covered her ears. Liam stood taller. She is someone, he replied. You just don't see it. The nobles looked furious. Human, you are playing with fire. You don't understand who she is. You don't understand why she was sent here. Liam crossed his arms. Then explain it. The nobles exchanged dark looks. One leaned closer. She was sent here because she has no courage, no strength, no future. The other whispered, and because something dangerous is waking in her. Something the Emperor wants gone. Ilara's breathing turned sharp and terrified. Liam stepped closer to her. Is this true? Ilara whispered like a scared child. My power grows when I feel safe. They don't want me to be safe. They want me to break. Liam clenched his jaw. Everything made sense now. The nobles smirked. Enjoy your toy, human. She won't live long. They left with laughter echoing behind them. Alara collapsed to her knees, shaking. They will come back, she whispered. They will take me. They always take me. Liam knelt beside her. Not this time. Alara looked up, tears falling. Why are you doing this? Liam answered softly, because someone needs to show you what you really are. She stared at him, confused. And what am I? Liam stood, offering his hand. You're a princess. And I will prove it. Ilara's breath caught. For the first time in her life, someone believed in her. Morning on the alien station arrived with a cold, metallic silence. But inside Liam's small workshop room, the air felt warmer because Ilara was there. Sitting carefully near the heater, her knees pulled close, her eyes half open, but calmer than before. She still looked fragile, like one harsh word could shatter her. But something had changed. For the first time, she looked like she had slept without nightmares. Liam returned with a tray of warm food. Alara instantly straightened, as if expecting to be yelled at for relaxing. He gently placed the tray in front of her. You don't need to stand, he said with a small smile. You're safe here. Ilara looked at the tray, then at him. Safe, she repeated softly, as if trying to learn the meaning. But before she could take a bite, heavy footsteps echoed outside. Alara froze. Liam glanced toward the door. They're back, she whispered, her voice weak and full of dread. They always come back to check if I broke yet. Liam frowned. Broke? Alara hugged her knees. They want to see if my mind finally snapped. If I finally collapse. That's why they sent me to a human. They thought you would be cruel. Like them. Liam clenched his teeth. He understood now. The guards and nobles wanted to show a broken princess bowing in humiliation. Instead, they would see something else. The door opened loudly, and 3 alien nobles entered. Their eyes were sharp and filled with amusement. They scanned the room, expecting a scene of weakness and fear. Ah, one noble said, grinning, let's see if the human made her cry yet. Another added, maybe he already shouted at her. Humans are so emotional. Alara trembled, hiding behind Liam, but Liam stepped forward calmly. What do you want? He asked. The nobles laughed. We came to inspect your progress. Has the useless princess done anything stupid? Did she try to run? Or did she fall apart? Ilara lowered her head, expecting Liam to step away from her. Instead, he stepped closer. She's fine, Liam said. And she ate breakfast. The nobles blinked. You fed her? You waste food on her? What a fool you are. Alara squeezed her eyes shut. She whispered, please don't anger them. They hurt anyone who protects me. But Liam didn't move aside. One noble leaned close to Ilara, sneering. Look at you. Hiding behind a human. How pathetic. Ilara flinched hard. Her lips trembled. I'm sorry, she whispered automatically. Liam's hand tightened around his tools. You don't need to apologize, he said. The noble's eyes widened. What did you say, human? You dare correct her? You dare speak against royal noble law? Liam's voice stayed steady. She didn't do anything wrong. A deep silence filled the room. Ilara's breathing stopped. Her heart pounded like it wanted to escape her chest. No one ever had defended her in front of nobles. You really think she's worth defending? One noble hissed. Yes, Liam replied without hesitation. Shock flashed across Ilara's face. The nobles grew angry. She is worthless. She is a defect. She cannot control her royal power. Ilara's hands began shaking uncontrollably. Her cuffs glowed faintly, reacting to her panic. The noble stepped back quickly. Oh no, her power is reacting. This is why she was thrown away. Ilara tried to calm herself. I'm sorry, I can't control it. Liam knelt down beside her. Ilara, breathe. Look at me. Her eyes met his. The glow faded. The noble stared at Liam in disbelief. She listened to you? She controlled it because of you? How is that possible? Liam stood up, facing them. Maybe she just needed someone to speak to her with respect. The noble's pride cracked. Their faces twisted with anger and fear. You think you're special, human? You think you can fix what the emperor rejected? You think she deserves better? Yes, Liam said simply. Ilara gasped. The noble stepped closer, threatening. You are crossing a line. Humans have no right to challenge royal decisions. Liam didn't move. I'm not challenging royalty. I'm protecting someone who needs help. Ilara stared at him like she was seeing light for the first time. Then the loudspeaker in the hall activated. Attention. Royal inspection team approaching. The nobles paled. They're coming? They want to check her condition? She cannot be seen like this. Ilara's breathing turned sharp. The inspection team. They will take me. Please, Liam. They will hurt you for helping me. Liam placed a hand near her, not touching, only comforting. I'm not letting them take you. But you can't fight them, she whispered. Maybe not, Liam said. But I won't abandon you. Ilara closed her eyes. Tears forming again, this time not from fear, but from something warmer. No one had ever stayed beside her. No one had ever chosen her. The door shook as the inspection team approached. Ilara whispered, voice trembling, Liam. If they take me, I won't survive. Liam looked at her with steady eyes. Then we won't let them. The inspection team's footsteps echoed like thunder through the metal hallway. Each step felt heavier than the last. Ilara's breathing grew fast and sharp. Her fingers dug into her arms, trying to stop the shaking. Liam. They will punish you for hiding me, she whispered. Liam shook his head. I'm not hiding you. I'm helping you stand. Ilara looked at him like those words didn't belong in her world. No one helps me stand, she said softly. They only push me down. Liam moved beside her, placing himself between her and the door. Well, then this is the first time. Before Ilara could reply, the inspection team entered 5 armored alien officers. Their helmets glowed with blue markings, their posture strict, and their expressions cold. These were not mocking nobles. These were official royal EVOU, ATORS. The leader stepped forward. Human, step away from the princes. Liam didn't move. The officers exchanged glances. One of them scanned Ilara with a glowing device. It beeped sharply. She's showing signs of unstable energy, the officer said. She's a danger, another added. She must be taken back for containment. Elara's body reacted immediately, her cuffs glowing faintly like burning metal. She tried to hide her hands, terrified the officers would see. The leader looked at Liam. Why is she not crying? Why is she calm? She never behaves like this. Liam answered simply, because I treated her like a person. The officers froze for a second, stunned, confused, annoyed. Elara lowered her head. Please, don't fight them, she whispered. But the leader stepped closer. Princess Elara, stand up. Elara stood, but her legs shook violently. Liam noticed the cuffs tightening, almost burning her skin. She winced but didn't complain. The leader frowned. Report your condition. Elara swallowed hard. I'm fine. No, the leader said sharply. You are unstable. Your power readings are rising. You must be recontained. Elara's eyes filled with fear. Not again. Not the dark rooms. Not the cold chains. Not the injections that made her body scream. Liam saw it all in her eyes. He stepped closer, placing a hand near her shoulder, not touching, just showing support. You don't have to go with them. Elara whispered, voice breaking. They will hurt you. But before anyone could act, the device scanning her power beeped again, louder. Her cuffs glowed brighter. Then brighter. The leader stepped back. Her energy levels are rising dangerously. She's unstable. Elara's body tensed. Her breath came in fast gasps. No, not again. Liam moved in front of her. Elara, look at me. Her eyes flickered. Sparks of purple light formed around her wrists. Her hair lifted slightly as if touched by wind. The officers panicked. Restrain her. She's going to release a shockwave. Move back. Elara screamed softly. I can't control it. Tears filled her eyes. I don't want to hurt anyone. Liam grabbed her hands gently, ignoring the heat of the glowing cuffs. You won't hurt anyone. I'm right here. Her breath caught. Her eyes locked onto his and something happened. The glow around her softened. The sparks shrank. The purple waves calmed like water turning still. The officers stared in pure disbelief. She stabilized. Impossible. She has never done that. Not even with her father. Elara fell forward, exhausted, catching her breath. Liam held her steady. You're okay. You did it. She shook her head weakly. No. You did. The leader gritted his teeth. This is unacceptable. A human is interfering with royal energy. Another officer pointed at Liam. He is influencing her power. This is dangerous. But the scanner beeped again, this time with soft tones. Her energy is stabilizing further. This is not dangerous. This is healing. Elara looked up slowly. I don't understand. Why is this happening? Liam's voice was calm. Maybe because no one ever tried to calm you. They only feared you. Elara's lips trembled. My power reacts to emotions, to trust, to safety. She paused, her eyes widening in realization. And I feel safe with you. The room froze. The officers looked horrified. A royal princess forming an emotional stabilizing bond with a human? This is forbidden. This must be reported to the Emperor immediately. Elara gasped. The Emperor? No. No, he will kill me. The leader signaled the others. Prepare a containment pod. We take her now. Liam stepped in front of her again. She's not going anywhere. The leader raised his weapon. Human, move. Before he could finish, Elara's cuffs glowed again, but this time, the glow wasn't wild. It was controlled. She stepped forward, her voice shaking but firm. If you take me, he dies. And I won't allow that. Even the officers froze. Elara lifted her head for the first time, not in fear, but in defiance. And behind her, Liam realized something powerful. The useless princess was awakening. The inspection team's retreat did not bring silence. It only brought tension, like the air itself was holding its breath. After witnessing Alara's controlled power, the officers left in a hurry, whispering warnings and urgent messages about reporting to the throne. Their voices faded down the hallway, but the fear they left behind stayed. Alara sat on the floor, her back against the wall, breathing hard. The cuffs on her wrists still glowed softly, reacting to the leftover energy. Liam sat beside her. "You okay?" She nodded weakly. "I am. Tired. But I am scared more." "Why?" She looked at him with sad, wide eyes. "Because once the Emperor knows my power is changing, he'll send the hunters." Liam frowned. "Hunters?" Alara's voice dropped to a whisper. "They are not guards. They are not nobles. They are killers. The Emperor only uses them for one purpose: removing royal threats." Liam felt a cold chill run down his spine. "Why would they think you're a threat?" Alara wrapped her arms around herself. "Because my power is not broken. It is rare. It is royal class, higher than my siblings. The Emperor fears power he cannot control." She took a shaky breath. "And now he will destroy me before I become stronger." Before Liam could reply, the alarm lights turned red. "Alert! Unauthorized royal ship detected. Classification: Hunter class." Alara's face went pale. "They're here," she whispered. Her shoulders dropped. "The hunters found me." The station shook as the hunter ship latched onto the docking port. Loud metallic impacts echoed through the hallways like a heartbeat of war. Liam stood up immediately. "We have to move." Alara's legs trembled as she tried to stand. The cuffs were heavy, draining her strength. Liam helped her to her feet, her small frame leaning against him. "They will smell my energy," she said. "They can track royal blood. Now that my power is active, hiding is impossible." Liam looked at her cuffs again. "If I could get these off." She grabbed his wrist. "No, they sealed my power so I wouldn't hurt myself. If they break." Her voice shook. "I don't know what I will become." But they had no time to talk. The lights flickered. The hallway doors burst open. 5 tall alien hunters stepped inside, armored head to toe in black plates. Helmets shaped like sharp fangs, each carrying long, glowing pikes that hummed with deadly energy. Their presence alone felt like a storm entering the room. Their leader spoke with a deep metallic voice. "Target acquired." Alara's fingers dug into Liam's sleeve. "I can't run," she whispered. "They will catch me using jump steps." The hunters walked forward slowly, silent as shadows, deadly as blades. The leader pointed at her. "Princess Alara, by royal decree, you are ordered to surrender for termination." Alara shook violently. "I don't want to die." The second hunter stepped forward. "You were born wrong. You are a danger to the throne." Liam stepped in front of her without thinking. "She's not going with you," he said. The hunters stopped, stunned that a human dared to speak. Then they laughed, a cold, echoing laugh inside their helmets. "A human protects a malfunctioning princess? How amusing. Move or be ended." Liam didn't move. Alara whispered desperately, "Liam, please. They will kill you first." He shook his head. "Not while I'm standing." The leader raised his spear. "Final warning." Alara closed her eyes tightly, whispering, "I don't want to lose you." Liam felt her energy tremble behind him like a trapped storm wanting to break free. He whispered back, "Then don't let them take you." The hunters activated their weapons. Sparks danced across the floor. Lara gasped as her cuffs glowed violently, reacting to her terror. "No, no. Don't make me lose control." The hunters lunged. A massive burst of purple light exploded from Alara's shockwave, strong enough to shake the station. Liam barely had time to shield her as energy surged outward. The hunters stumbled back, helmets cracking, armor sparking. What? She released energy even with suppression cuffs. Impossible. Elara collapsed to her knees, shaking. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to. Liam held her shoulders. You're okay. But the hunters were already rising again. She is evolving. She must be neutralized now. The leader raised his weapon to strike. Elara screamed, "Liam!" And before he could respond, her energy burst again. But this time, something new happened. It didn't explode outward. It wrapped around him. A soft shield of purple light formed between Liam and the hunters, protecting him. Not harming him. The hunters froze. A royal protective bond. With a human? This cannot be allowed. Elara opened her eyes slowly. Her fear turned into something sharper. I'm not going with you, she said. Her voice wasn't weak anymore. It carried power. Liam stood beside her, shield glowing around him. The hunters took a step back, unsure, for the first time. The hunters feared her. The royal hunters stood frozen. Their black armor, so fearless, so cold now, reflected something they never expected to see. Fear. And that fear was not directed at Liam. It was directed at the trembling, glowing princess behind him. Elara's protective shield shimmered like soft purple fire, wrapping around Liam's body and stretching outward like wings. Her breathing was uneven, her shoulders shaking, yet the energy stayed calm. Controlled. Precise. The leader of the hunters stepped back. This is impossible. A royal protective bond can only form with someone the princess chooses. She chose. A human? Elara looked down, her voice soft but sure. Yes, I chose him. Liam's heart tightened at those words. He didn't fully understand the meaning yet, but the hunters clearly did. The leader lifted his spear again. Then the threat is greater than expected. You are forming power connections outside the royal line. This is treason. Elara flinched. Treason? She shook her head. No. No, I didn't mean. Liam placed a steady hand near her shoulder. You didn't do anything wrong. The hunters' weapons lit up with deadly energy. Stand aside, human, the leader ordered. You are interfering with royal law. Liam didn't move. He took one step forward, then another. He stood directly between Elara and 5 royal hunters, knowing they could kill him in a second, yet refusing to step away. I won't let you take her, he said calmly. The leader tilted his head. You are human. You have no rank, no authority. Who are you to challenge royal blood? Liam answered firmly. I'm someone who doesn't abandon people. The hunters tightened their grips on their weapons. Elara gasped, Liam, please. You can't fight them. But Liam shook his head. I'm not fighting them. He looked straight at the hunters. I'm challenging them. The hunters hesitated. Royal decrees allowed challenges, but never from humans. No one had ever dared. No one had ever survived. The leader's voice was cold. By whose right do you challenge us? Liam took a slow breath. By the right of a guardian. Elara froze. The hunters recoiled in shock. A guardian? Impossible. No human can claim that role. Elara whispered, Liam, do you know what you're saying? He nodded. I know exactly what I'm saying. The hunters stepped closer, anger building. A guardian bond can only form if the royal accepts it. And if she accepts it, it becomes a contract. A contract the emperor must acknowledge. Elara's heart raced. She stared at Liam with trembling eyes. No one ever asked to be my guardian. Not even my family. Liam turned to face her fully. Elara, do you want me to protect you? Her lip trembled. You want to protect me? Yes, he said softly. If you want it too. Elara felt her throat tighten. For so long, she had only known orders, fear, chains, and loneliness. No one ever let her choose anything. She whispered, barely able to speak. I want you as my guardian." The purple shield pulsed, once, twice, then locked into place with a soft ring like a bell. The bond was complete. The hunters gasped. "It's real. The contract is sealed. We must call the Emperor immediately." Alara's eyes widened in panic. "The Emperor will come here. He will be furious." "Good," Liam said. "Let him come." Alara grabbed his arm. "Liam, you don't understand. He is powerful. He destroys anyone who stands against him." Liam met her eyes. "I'm not standing against him. I'm standing with you." Alara felt something she didn't have a name for, something warm, heavy, painful, and beautiful all at once. Her power responded to it, glowing softly around her. But the hunters weren't done. The leader activated his spear again. Guardian or not, the Emperor commanded her death. "And we will obey." Alara screamed, "No!" A pulse of energy exploded from her. This one not wild, but sharp and precise. It knocked two hunters backward, slamming them into the wall. The leader shielded himself. "She's stronger than the reading suggested. This is dangerous. Neutralize them both." Liam stepped in front of her again, despite the danger. "You'll have to get through me first." The leader lunged. A spear strike aimed directly at Liam's heart. Alara's scream filled the room. "Lie am." And in that instant, her power surged with clarity, not fear, not chaos, but pure instinct to protect. The spear struck her shield and shattered. The hunters stumbled back in disbelief. A princess broke a hunter's spear with a level 1 bond? Impossible. Alara stood up slowly, her eyes glowing bright purple. "I'm not broken," she said. Her voice carried across the room, soft but unshakable. "I'm not useless. I'm not weak. I am Princess Alara of the royal line." The hunters instinctively stepped back, and she looked at Liam, "is under my protection." The air vibrated with tension. Then a sudden voice echoed through the station speaker, deep, cold, powerful. "This is the Emperor. Prepare for my arrival." Alara felt her blood turn to ice. "It's too late," she whispered. "He's coming." Liam tightened his jaw. "Let him come." The station fell into a deep, terrifying silence. Even the machine seemed afraid to make noise. Alara stood close to Liam, her glowing eyes dimming with exhaustion, while the hunters formed a nervous line near the entrance. Outside, the docking bay doors groaned open. A massive Imperial ship, black, sharp, and shaped like a blade, slid into position. The Emperor had arrived. Alara grabbed Liam's sleeve with trembling fingers. "Liam, if he orders it, they will kill you. He never shows mercy." Liam turned to her with calm eyes. "He can order whatever he wants. I'm staying." Alara's breath caught. No one had ever said that to her. The air grew colder as heavy footsteps echoed down the hallway. The hunters straightened, lowering their heads. Even the inspection officers, who had returned quietly, knelt on one knee. The man who entered the throne hall was tall, wrapped in deep crimson royal armor. His presence felt like a storm, quiet on the surface, dangerous underneath. His face was stern, carved like stone. The Emperor, his golden eyes scanned the room slowly, then stopped on Alara. A wave of disappointment crossed his face. "So," he said coldly, "the broken one lives longer than expected." Alara flinched. "Father," I silence. His voice cut the air like a blade. Liam stepped in front of her immediately. "Don't speak to her like that." The entire room inhaled sharply. The Emperor turned his head slowly toward Liam. "A human, standing between me and my blood?" Alara whispered, terrified. "Liam, please." But Liam didn't move. "Yes," he said. "She deserves to be spoken to with respect." Shock rippled through the hunters. The inspection team backed away, expecting a burst of lightning or a deadly blast. Instead, the Emperor stared at Liam as if seeing him for the first time. "You defend her," he said slowly. "Why? Because she's not what you think," Liam replied. "She's kind, scared, powerful, and she never had a chance to grow. You called her broken, but she's not." Ilara's eyes filled with tears. She quickly looked down to hide. The Emperor lifted one eyebrow. "And you believe you can fix what I cannot?" Liam shook his head. "She never needed fixing. She needed protection." A long silence followed. The Emperor took a step forward. "Princess Ilara." Ilara tensed. "You formed a bond," he said. "With this human?" Ilara swallowed hard. "Yes. Why?" Ilara's voice cracked at the edges. Because he saw me. He didn't laugh. He didn't push me away. He stood between me and danger. I feel safe with him." The Emperor's expression darkened. "A human gave you what your own family could not?" Ilara lowered her head. "Yes." The Emperor glanced at the hunters. "You lost to her? Even in suppression cuffs?" The leader stepped forward nervously. "Her power evolved, Majesty. She controlled it. She protected the human. We could not neutralize her." "Could not neutralize a princess you called useless," Liam said sharply. The Emperor's eyes turned back to him, piercing. "Unreadable. You challenge me boldly, human." Liam didn't blink. "I speak the truth." The Emperor walked slowly across the hall, stopping only a few steps from Ilara. She trembled, expecting a punishment, a cold order, a final rejection. Instead, the Emperor lifted a hand toward her face. Ilara squeezed her eyes shut, but the Emperor didn't strike her. He touched the side of her cheek gently, something he had not done since she was a child. "Are stronger than I believed," he said softly. Ilara gasped, opening her eyes. "And you bonded with a human." He continued. "That means your heart has chosen." Ilara looked confused. "Chosen what?" The Emperor's voice softened, though his face stayed stern. "Chosen someone worthy of your protection. Royal power only obeys emotional truth. It does not lie." Liam stared at Ilara, shocked. The Emperor turned to him. "Human." Liam met his gaze. "Yes? You stood against my hunters. You calmed my daughter. You protected her even when she believed she did not deserve it." The Emperor paused. "And she chose you in return." Ilara held her breath. "So, tell me," the Emperor asked slowly, "will you stay by her side?" Liam didn't hesitate. "Yes." Ilara's eyes widened, tears slipping down her cheeks. The Emperor nodded once. "Then I acknowledge your guardian bond." The hunters gasped. The inspectors froze. Ilara covered her mouth, shocked. The Emperor continued. "From this day forward, no one is permitted to harm her. Or you." Ilara collapsed forward, sobbing in relief. Liam caught her immediately, holding her close. The Emperor looked at them, his daughter and the human who changed her fate. "She was sent here to humiliate you," he said. "But instead, you treated her like royalty." Liam smiled slightly. "Because that's what she is." The Emperor stepped back. "Then take care of her, guardian." Liam nodded. "I will." Ilara pressed her forehead against Liam's chest, whispering, "Thank you for choosing me." Liam held her gently. Always. The useless princess was no longer unwanted. She had a protector, a guardian, a future. And for the first time in her life, Ilara felt like royalty.